fight one man fate has made indestructible. His name, Captain Scarlet.
Welcome to the Spectrum Information System. Click on each of the 2 Spectrum members for details of the forthcoming mission. An enemy message constructed with symbols from the Martian alphabet has been intercepted. To spell words, the Martians combine symbols in the same way that we use letters. Using the Spectrum decoder terminal, we can translate any sentence into English. To complete the sentence in English, click each empty input box, then press its appropriate letter key. Welcome to the Spectrum Information System. Click on each of the 2 Spectrum members for details of the forthcoming mission. Your objective is to guide the remote lander to its pad. However, the landing pad is protected by a dome-like shield which prevents entry. Disable the shield by bombing all 5 power bases located along the surface. Once a base is destroyed, it will slowly start to regenerate. If a base fully regenerates before all 5 are destroyed, you will have to destroy it again. You have a limited number of bombs. If they run out, the mission will be aborted. The Mysterans have deployed several ships to defend the area. Even though they have no offensive weapons, they will hinder your navigation. Come into contact with them, and they will disable your weapon systems for a short time. Also, colliding with the ground, buildings, etc. will damage the lander. Take too much damage, and it will be destroyed. Once the shield is down, land on the pad to complete the mission. Use the left and right arrow keys to move left and right. Use the up and down arrow keys to move forwards and backwards. Pressing the spacebar will activate your thrusters, and the B key will drop a bomb.
Spectrum is green.
Welcome to the Spectrum Information System. Click on each of the 2 Spectrum members for guide the rover vehicle through the underground ice maze and into the Mysteran base. Unfortunately, the rover has a limited fuel supply, so be careful not to waste it. Small green fuel pods that will replenish your supply are scattered around the maze. Drive over them to collect them. At the end of a maze section is a wall of ice, which you must melt to enter the next section. I will give you more information on how to melt the ice when you reach a wall. The 3rd maze section is the Mysteran base, and at the end you will find the main computer. When you reach it, you must decode a password. This will get you into the observatory to defuse the bomb. I will tell you how to decode the password when you reach the computer. Use the left and right arrow keys. The rover's way is blocked because the tunnel is filled with ice. In Mars' atmosphere, ice sublimes into a gas, which will pass through porous rock. Click on a rock face to slide it into an empty space. When you have lined up the porous rocks correctly, the ice will melt away. Mars' way is blocked because the tunnel is filled with ice. The bomb back on Earth can only be accessed with a password, but unfortunately it is a Martian password created using their special symbols. The Martians combine their symbols in the same way we use letters. Using the decoder terminal, you should be able to translate the symbols into English. Press any letter key, and the equivalent Martian symbol will appear near the bottom of the screen. Click an empty input box where you think this letter belongs. If you are right, clicking the Enter button will write the appropriate letter in the box. Welcome to the Spectrum Information System. Click on each of the tools, Captain Scarlet. The Mysteron device has been pinpointed in a remote observatory. Choose one of Spectrum's road vehicles and race there. The Mysterons are already aware of your mission and have deployed one of their ships. It is essential you get to the observatory before the Mysteron ship. A gauge at the bottom of the screen will show your position and that of the Mysterons. Choose either the SPV, SSC, or MSV. Each has its own strengths and weaknesses. Various obstacles have been placed on the road by the Mysterons. You must either steer around them or destroy them with a laser weapon. Hitting obstacles will slow your progress. Use the left and right arrow keys to steer left and right. Use the up and down arrow keys to move forwards and backwards. Apply the handbrake using the spacebar, and fire the laser with the control key. Welcome to the Welcome to the Spectrum Information System. The chemical bomb must be made safe by draining the liquid. If any of the tanks overflow, or if any liquid mixes, a reaction could cause a catastrophic explosion. The pipes can be rotated to direct the liquid safely from the tanks and into the bins at the bottom. Plan your route carefully, and only let the liquid through when you are sure you have found the right path. Once a pipe is filled, it can't be rotated. If you take too long, the tanks could overflow. So remember to keep the liquid moving as often as you can. Click on a pipe. Welcome to the Spectrum Information. Plan your route carefully, and only let the liquid through when you are sure you...